Okay. So, everybody, welcome to Nerds of Disdom. It's a Disney podcast. This is the first episode. And we're going to be talking about a few things today. Like...
Quack, quack, quack.
What the show's all about.
Yep. Like upcoming Disney movies. And we'll start going through the Disney movies from A to Z.
Yeah. The first film we have in our list, I bet none of you can guess, starts with an A.
Hunter,
Do you know what it's called?
Tell them
Yeah.
what it is, Hunter.
Aladdin.
Can you come say it to the microphone just in case they didn't hear?
Aladdin.
Yeah, I'm sure they heard that loud and clear.
Hunter got to watch Aladdin for the first time about a week ago. What did you think of Aladdin, Hunter?
I don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know what you thought of it?
I don't know yet.
He's
Oh,
got
you're still
those-
deciding whether you're going to give it 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs down? 1 thumb up, 2 thumbs
Two
up.
thumbs up.
And how do you feel about the upcoming Aladdin movie?
Good.
You feel
Yeah.
good about it? You think you'll go see it?
Yes.
Yes?
What did you say the other day about some kind of physical
Oh, yeah.
interaction that
Give
happened?
us your review of Aladdin, remember?
No. This one will be disgusting, so no.
Is that the new movie or the old one that you're talking about? It was disgusting?
Yeah, because I don't want to tell you because...
They KISSED'd?
Oh,
No, they didn't do that.
no.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Was that your favorite part?
Ugh.
Yeah.
They kissed.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh my goodness, it's disgusting.
So when Hunter and I watched Aladdin, we kept our eagle eyes peeled for some Easter eggs.
Can I have your phone again? The phone?
And this is what we saw. Hunter,
Yes,
do you
you
remember
can,
some of
buddy.
the things we saw? We saw Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
We saw Sebastian.
Yeah.
These are from Genie's transformations, probably, right?
Mm-hmm. And did you
Yeah.
know that the show's producers were featured in the movie? They were
I did
actually
not.
drawn into the movie.
Black East.
When did that happen?
Yep. They are featured during the scene in which the prince is coming. A prince is coming to court Jasmine, and Aladdin is watching from the crowd. They are also in the crowd.
Okay.
Where's the marker?
So the drawings, those characters that were drawn, they were illustrated to look like the producers. That's cool.
Mhm. Some other well-known cameos include Beast from Beauty and the Beast when the
Yes.
Sultan is stacking his toys. He's in there. I also think that Aladdin was the next movie, or not Aladdin, Lion King is the next movie that came out after Aladdin. And the way that he stacks his toys and the animals, I think is supposed to kind of be a
Pride
call
Rock.
forward to, no,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I just can't wait to be king. The way that the animals
yeah.
stack themselves in that movie,
Right,
very similar
yeah.
to the way
Okay.
that the animals are stacked. Mickey Mouse is, of course, he does a cameo. Roger Rabbit does a cameo.
Yeah, what the heck is going on with that?
I think that's one of the scenes where Genie's doing some magic. He appears
like,
in a
Roger
taxi.
Rabbit. He's not even
I think he is technically Disney.
really.
I don't know. We'll have to look that up. I can't remember for sure.
Who framed Roger Rabbit at? Like, is that MGM?
I don't
or
know if the
something like
movie
that?
is, yeah, but then see, Disney bought out MGM later.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, because in the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it's Warner Brothers
Right.
and Mickey Mouse. Like at the very end,
mhm.
all the cartoon people.
Mickey's in that. He shows up.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was one of my
And
favorites.
then Hercules, which didn't come out for several years after Aladdin, they actually preview some of their animation for Hercules when they're flying on the magic carpet. They fly past a Grecian background that is later used in Hercules.
Grecian.
Yeah, that's probably not the right word, is it?
Greek
Greek. Yeah. A Greek.
mythology.
hmm
It's
And
Greek statues.
Something else I noticed, so I noticed a lot of this before the first time I ever watched it, but I've watched it a lot over the years, obviously. Something I had never noticed, the design on the magic carpet. Have you ever paid attention to what the design on the magic carpet looks like?
No.
So, if you look at it,
I'm going to look him up.
yes, it's very intricate and it has designs from the Cave of Wonders on it. And I actually think it's kind of foreshadowing for the movie because obviously we meet Carpet before the whole thing with... Or no, do we meet him? Yeah. Don't we meet him before Abu touches the forbidden object and the whole...
I believe so.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he's trying to warn them or something, right?
Yeah, I think
Possibly?
so. So if you look at his design, it shows the Cave of Wonders and it shows...
Right.
Yes, the fire, and it also shows the ruby. See it in the middle? Pretty sure that's the idol.
Like kind of just in
It's
a
just hard to...
kaleidoscope format.
Yes.
Was the idol, is it like a beetle?
Maybe.
I don't know if this is the
Here,
one
let's
that
look
I
up the
looked at.
idol.
I
Real
know in the
quick.
very first scene with the... What's his name? The guy that...
Treasure, maybe?
The guy that tries to sell the stuff at the beginning.
Yep. He's actually the genie.
Well, right.
Okay.
Also Robin Williams.
You have touched
Well,
the
right.
forbidden treasure.
That's what I meant by
Oh.
genie.
Aren't there
It's
some
just a
Easter
ruby.
eggs in that
Okay.
scene too? When he's showing
Right.
you all the stuff that he could sell?
Well, I looked. I'm not sure.
I want to say there was. I could be wrong, but
What were you guys talking about?
at the very beginning
When Robin Williams is the merchant.
yeah, he's singing
What is
Arabian
this?
Nights on the camel.
Oh, I
that's-
believe so.
It will not break. It will not break.
I don't know what that is. That is
Yeah,
not.
that
part
is
of
not
that.
the right movie. So the
I don't know,
ruby
but
is not what
I definitely think the ruby's in the middle of the design, so it's all very kind of foreshadowing of what's going to happen in the Cave of Wonders, which was interesting to me.
Magic Carpet is the bad guy then.
And then I have
He's
two. The magic carpet's the bad guy.
Yeah, he made the whole thing happen. They got all their scimitars right there also.
Yeah.
That's what those are.
So I definitely think.
What's on the outside here?
Yeah, that was a little harder to tell. I couldn't get a good image of it at any point. That gave me a whole lot of detail, but
No.
definitely a lot of details in there from the Cave of Wonders.
What the? Oh my goodness.
Yes. So the official name for the guy at the beginning is called the Peddler. The Peddler. And he sells
Everything.
things from coffee makers to a machine that also makes julienne fries. And some Dead Sea Tupperware.
Wait, what?
Still fresh.
So
Yeah.
hard. This part is so hard.
Hunter, look.
Daddy,
Okay, this silly mouse.
can you do that?
Boop-a-dip-ba.
That part?
I really want to know what's on the outside. It's just a fun little pattern.
Well, see, it appears differently in different pictures.
Oh, this is like a.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fan inspired.
Yeah. So it's
Perfect.
hard to say, but either way, it was interesting. I never noticed
Yeah.
it the first time. And then I have another piece of trivia for you about Aladdin.
All right.
Did anyone ever notice that when Aladdin is in disguise as Prince Ali, whenever he lies, that coincides with the plume or his feather falling over and covering his face, which happens a lot.
Right.
And that always coincides with when he's lying.
It's
in the
like
movie.
Pinocchio and how his nose
Yeah.
grows.
So that was pretty interesting. And okay, and then I have a couple of theories that I came up with that are probably crackpot, but here we go. So, obviously this movie was way before Moana, way before Frozen, but when they are flying on the carpet, they go past these boats. And if you pause the movie on the boats are very, very similar design to what Moana is using in the movie Moana. So I like to think that they're the same boats. And then
That did not pop up any images for me.
really, that's interesting. Oh, Moana boat. Just do Moana boats.
Right. Okay.
'cause
I
they're
was just
very-
wondering if
Oh, I know.
somebody
It's
had
hard
a zoomed
to.
in screenshot.
I need to take a screenshot of the movie.
Bota. Moana Bota.
So they don't necessarily have the the spiral on there, but
Yeah.
it's the same type of sail.
Makes sense. Kind of a yeah.
And then finally, I also like to believe that, when Aladdin gets transported at the end of the movie, or towards the end of the movie by Jafar into the frozen, barren wasteland, we'll say. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure that he's transported to, obviously, the Elsa Mountain
Arendelle.
in Arendelle. Yes, the famous mountain in Arendelle with the Ice Palace.
Which we have codenamed Elsa Mountain. That is not probably
Hey.
the official name, right?
It's happening. The Elsa Mountain, yeah.
Yes. These are each of these films we've mentioned are Disney Animation Studios, even though they are 3D animated. A lot of misconceptions fly around that those are Pixar movies because they're 3D animated,
But they're not.
and yeah, people just don't understand the whole Pixar Disney setup, isn't it? And it oftentimes makes it even worse that we have the movie Planes, because that's from above the world of cars, even though it's by Disney Animation Pictures and it's not a
Which,
Pixar film.
by the way, is supposed to be having a full feature sequel coming to theaters
Planes.
sometime in the next year.
I'm so excited,
Well,
as you can see.
as you should be
Wait, let's
as
do
a
they have a
22-year-old
concept?
male.
Planes sequel. That is not correct.
That's not how you spell sequel.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Except we have one sequel
Yeah,
already,
we
so
did,
we're gonna
but
have
I'm pretty
another one here
sure.
soon,
Yeah,
right?
I'm pretty sure that I saw that this is one that's going to be coming to theaters.
So no concept art on images yet, but maybe in the all.
Well,
We'll find something.
I'm trying to remember where I read it. Maybe I'm just completely wrong.
What year do you think it would be? Like 2021 or something?
Dude. Oh, wait. Go to 2019. It's right there.
It's not you drawing.
Thanks.
Yeah. See? New animated movie for April
Sorry.
2019.
How about that?
Possible
Look at that guy.
plane sequel. When was this written? Okay, this was written in 2017.
Well, I mean,
Could be legit.
when did we get the list of all the movies coming up?
Well, see, I don't know if it was listed on there.
I don't think it was, but we might have gotten it before then, is what I'm saying. The one that had Star Wars and all Toy Story 4 and stuff. We might have gotten that in 2016.
True, and it may have been pushed. Hunter, what do you need?
Daddy didn't help me that much.
Well, he
He
tried his
just-
best.
He didn't do the other the other legs.
Heather, drawing is hard.
Yeah.
It's okay,
I
buddy.
can't draw that one. It's
You'll
so
learn, buddy.
hard.
That's okay.
You'll
You'll
learn.
learn. It's fine. We're not going to cry about it.
Okay. In other Aladdin news, as you may have heard, there is a Aladdin sequel coming up soon. Well, not sequel, sorry. Live action rendition.
Yeah.
And we had our first trailer a while ago.
Coming in May.
A month ago, we had this thing, and it was fun. We had our fun little genie, and that got memed a lot.
Yes, because first they released the teaser trailers, and those were a little concerning, to say the least. But this new trailer, I think,
the land.
pretty exciting.
Your life begins
So that is
now.
Jafar right there.
Yep.
See,
His
look at
outfit
little
isn't
skinny-
100%
Aladdin.
to the T what you might think it would be, but it's not bad.
Agrabah looks freaking beautiful, man.
Yes, and the musical numbers look like they're going to be pretty dang good, which is exciting. So Aladdin was always well known for
That
its
logo.
music.
I like that logo.
Yes.
It's nice.
Disney does a nice job with their logos.
Yeah.
I always liked the lead into the Cinderella live
So this is the part we all laughed at when we saw it. The teaser trailer right here.
And it was weird because we'd seen a lot of promotional photos with Will Smith without him being blue.
Yeah.
And the thing I like about this new trailer is that it answered a lot of those questions because as we're going to see here.
Well, is this the new trailer that I've been watching?
Yeah,
whole
this is
time?
the new trailer.
Oh, okay. Huh. It said a month ago, so.
Yeah. Well, pretty sure this is the full-length trailer.
Yeah, it does seem like it's look at these sands, man. See, when I thought of a live-action Aladdin movie, I always kind of thought it would be like Prince of Persia plus musical numbers. So that was a good movie. I don't know if you ever saw it. I like the movie, but I've never played it.
Music Wonders.
Lies far within.
Yeah, it's a little...
Like a
Yeah, this is not... So in this one we only get to see the genie but in the new trailer, it reveals a little more about Will Smith's genie and probably makes us all feel a little bit better about it because we all like Will Smith, but we all like Robin Williams, love Robin Williams. You cannot
you can't
do
beat
justice
Robin
to that
Williams.
role,
Never.
but Will Smith is bringing his own spin to it, which is nice.
Okay, thank you, Internet.
The spinning wheel of death.
It's fun. This scene, hovering over it right here, looks like the room was...
Who summons me, I stand by my oath, loyalty to wishes 3.
Is what
I'm
you would
kidding.
expect.
Watch this.
Watch out! You done wound me up, you ain't never had a friend like me!
Yeah, she is, but...
May 24th.
Hey, can you
Okay,
make
so
me a
here we
prince?
see
There is a
he's not
lot
blue.
of gray
So
area.
there's going to be a lot of points in the movie, I think,
In
when he's
makeup.
not blue. So I like that they limited that because he kind of looks just not great.
I
when
like
he's
this
fully blue.
little piece right here. I think that gives him his own little...
Yeah, that's nice.
And
It's nice that we get to see Genie as a person because, you know, in the original animated Aladdin, we really never saw Genie as a human.
Yeah, we just saw him as a blue...
But you would assume
with
one would
legs at one point.
probably assume that he was a human at some point. I don't really know, but Jafar was human at some point, so you would think that he was too.
Right, yeah. Man, Jafar was so stupid!
But
Want
did
to
you
be a
know
genie.
that in the original animated version, the genie was designed to look like a living cloud of smoke? So obviously something that's probably a lot more easily handled through animation than it would be through, you know, the 3D technology that they're using.
Let's see. Is this what they wanted him to look like, Kim?
Likely not.
Hunter, do you know who this is? Hunter, come take a look at what's on the screen right now.
Hunter,
No,
do you
this
think that
screen.
Genie's supposed to look like that?
Is that what Genie's supposed to look like? A living cloud of smoke?
No.
Oh.
That's a Pokemon.
Oh, I thought you would like that. You're a Pokemon fan, right?
It's just like
Who were you trying to draw, Umbreon?
yeah, the black one.
So, you know, many of the Genie's lines from the original movie were obviously improvised by Robin Williams. So we'll have to see how well Will Smith does with that comedic part of the role. But I think that he's up for the task. And I'm
he's gonna
excited to
put
see
his own
it.
spin on it. And I was not, for one, very excited when I saw the first trailer. But after this next trailer, I think I feel better about it.
I mean, you know, being that Aladdin is a big part of my childhood, I was going to see it regardless, but I was a little disappointed with the first teaser trailer. I'm a lot more excited now, having seen the new ones. A lot more excited. Here's something else I didn't know. The Genie's lamp can apparently be seen on Mama Odie's houseboat in The Princess and the Frog.
The which part? Wait, can be seen?
Genie's lamp.
Oh, okay. Aladdin. Just kidding. So, we got our next Toy Story movie coming out. And I say next because you never know with that. You don't know if they're going to want to make a fifth movie.
It seems like there's a lot of people out there that are angry that they're continuing on with the Toy Story series, but I just think that's ridiculous because obviously they put to bed the Toy Story series that occurred with Andy and they gave it an excellent ending, but this is being continued on with Bonnie, and these characters are timeless and well loved, and I'm excited. I for one am excited to see it. I don't think that the animators would put a story out there that they didn't feel like needed to be told, and I think they made it pretty clear that this was something that they had always wanted to explore.
Yes,
which
this
is
is
what
not a
happened to
Brad
Bo
Bird
Peep.
film. We're not. This isn't Incredibles 2, though that was well received.
Yeah, so I know that I'm excited to see it. I'm definitely excited for my children to see it because, you know, there isn't a Toy Story movie that came out during their lifetime. And
That is crazy to think.
who can... I mean, it would be sad to not be able to go see one of these movies on the big screen. So I am excited to take them.
You can put these 3 people on any screen and we'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, think of all the successful shorts they've made so far. I mean, I think it's obvious that the love and fandom for Toy Story is far from over.
When is the release date? I wonder if I click this little
June
link.
21st, I believe.
Yes.
January.
Hunter's excited
February,
to
March,
see
April,
Toy
May,
Story
June.
4. Yep, Jeff confirmed it. It is June 21st.
Okay. And right now we are in March.
Yep.
Correct? So, do you
And
think
it's
we
the
will get
21st.
another short before this movie releases?
Another, like, actual short, or you mean like promo for the film?
Like an actual short, I feel like.
I don't know. It's been a long time since they released a short.
It's kind of unusual that they're going to put their next movie out there without having like a little
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I think
marketing
is
ploy.
interesting is this Spork character
Oh yeah.
that we see in some of the teaser trailers and in the new
His name
official
is
trailer.
Mr. Fork, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, what I think is interesting about him is, like, they're obviously, in this newest trailer, they're acting like he's extremely important to Bonnie. And I'm just trying to understand
Mr.
why, why would a spork be so very important to Bonnie?
Wow. You may have some expertise in that section.
Why?
Because we have somebody over here who has, papers all over the floor that are almost just as important.
That's true.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, Hunter,
What?
come look at this this new character from Toy Story 4. Give us your opinion on him. What
That
are we
guy.
thinking about the spork?
He's a fork.
He's a fork, but he's also kind of a spoon, so they
Yeah.
call that a spork.
Spoon fork.
Spoon fork? Spork?
Yeah, that's not.
So
Why do you think he's so important to the little girl, though? The Bonnie.
I don't know.
I'll
You
give
don't
you
know?
some context on
Maybe
it.
he wants to grab it and like eat with it.
That's what he thinks. In the trailer, he's trying to tell Woody,
That he's just a spork. He's
I'm
not a
supposed to be a
toy.
toy. Yeah. Why am I alive?
I think he's probably the smartest one in the whole
And
film.
I love that they're tackling that existential crisis aspect of this for once, and I mean I
Yes.
think it's a funny comedic value, but who knows, maybe like some Mike Wazowski esque emotional moments will come from this, like Monsters University is what I'm touching on, because that was really touching to me.
True. So as Hunter knows, it appears that Bonnie has made this spork into a toy. So it is a creation of hers. And Hunter loves to create things. And so it could be that she's just so in love with him because she created him. And that makes him very special to her. But it just was the kind of... Woody has such urgency in
Yeah.
in the trailer that, well, we can't let the spork get away because, he's so important to Bonnie.
Sport just flies out the window and he's like,
Hmm. And he jumps right on out.
he just
after
jumps
him.
right after it. Yeah, not even Buzz wasn't even coming with them, and he's
No
like,
hesitation.
Right, I'm just gonna jump off this moving vehicle,
Yep.
risk losing my family forever.
Yep. And as Jeff said, he's like, oh great, Woody's lost again.
Woody, there's another option. Like, this spork isn't ultimate it's not like ultra detailed. You could honestly go and get your own spork, get some googly eyes and some glue. I'm sure you guys could find that stuff somewhere.
Seems like a great parent-child craft.
Yes.
You know, leading up to the movie or maybe after. Hey, it's a way to make it hands-on. Parents out
Maybe
there.
though, you know, if Woody was to make his own, maybe it wouldn't come to life then. Maybe it's only the kids.
Bonnie
that
loves
bring it to
toys
life.
so much that she may be the only one that could bring a non-toy to life. That is something else that we need to understand is how did a non-toy become a toy in the Toy Story world? Because obviously they all have this consciousness that we don't understand where it comes from. So how did this spork get that consciousness? Or is it all inanimate objects have a consciousness in Toy Story world?
Well, see, that's why, like, it seems he's confused when he's alive. I think he actually touches on that specifically. Why am I alive? He's unhappy to be alive.
That's true.
And the consciousness thing, Toy Story tackles it one way, and then we have this other film. So we have the Lego movie that tackles the whole story in a different light. And I don't know if you call it fourth wall breaking, but like a lot of that movie is supposedly symbolic of just the relationship between the son and the dad. And then in the next movie we have other characters, which is represented. No spoiler warning because I didn't have any spoilers. But I find that both of those movies do a very good job of illustrating this important relationship between families, family members. And I think Toy Story's always been trying to tackle on that same thing just from the eyes of the toy. And I don't know if it's symbolic. I'm always felt that it was genuine and that the toys are actually alive, you know, and all that stuff. But
yeah. It's hard to say. I also want to talk about the creepy characters that are in this movie.
Yeah.
The Night of the Living Dummy twins.
Yeah.
That pop up, along with Bo. And not really sure where we're touching on with Bo Peep yet. As far as like her being a good guy or a bad guy, or as like you said earlier, maybe an anti-hero.
Yeah, because she seems to want Woody to just embrace the carnival life or whatever that is, a theme park or something that they're hanging out at, which is just, I don't know, an unusual place for a toy to live, in my opinion, personally.
Well, and the type of characters that she's taken up with, I mean, they all look extremely
very unusual,
creepy and unusual.
We don't really have a lot of details on this guy right here.
He kind of looks like an evil Ken,
or like like a brown-haired freaking handlebar mustache version of Fred from Scooby-Doo.
That too, yeah. I mean, but just look at that dummy. He looks like Slappy.
He looks exactly like Slappy.
So I hope they got, the rights
Copyright.
from R.L. Stein.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez. And then I don't know who this chick is in the middle. I mean,
is she supposed to be like an American Girl doll or something?
Maybe. I mean, for the most part, she looks normal, but look at her eyes. Like, those are crazy eyes. But yeah, so these characters seem a little bit unhinged. But I am very, very excited to find out how Bo Peep ended up here.
Yeah.
And obviously her adventures made her the person that she is, and I'll be curious to see whether she decides to return with Woody. I mean, obviously he always likes to bring strays home. He liked to do that with Andy, and
for sure
he'll probably try to do that with Bonnie, because we all know that Bonnie would take in Bo Peep. No questions asked. And she likely would not suffer the same fate
probably
a second
like her
time.
even more with her new outfit than she would have liked her with the old one.
Yes. So that is awesome. And then let's see.
I think it'll be interesting to see where this plot goes, and to see if it will wind up being a rehash storyline, which won't necessarily, in my eyes, be a bad thing, because I am a big proponent of cyclical worlds and things happening over again multiple times, because we humans, and I guess, living toys, as it were, we learn from our mistakes, but then eventually we'll probably make them again, and things will happen multiple times in movies, those are, I agree. And I just, sorry,
read some very interesting factoids about the original Toy Story movie that
Okay.
are pertaining to this, actually.
Whoa.
So, original drafts of Toy Story had Woody as a mean, cold-hearted toy. That changed when the animators realized that audiences needed to be able to sympathize with Woody. So, not directly related to Toy Story 4, but interesting in terms of that could be a direction that they take some of these characters since they didn't do it with Woody.
Like
Also,
her,
Woody
yeah.
was originally meant to be a ventriloquist dummy.
Like the a ventriloquist dummy?
A ventriloquist dummy. So just like what the character we just saw, if you want to go back to that scene, this guy right here. So this may be the inspiration behind. I mean, we all heard the stories before this movie came to fruition that this is a story that they'd been wanting to tell for quite some time. So I feel like they're putting in some elements that maybe they did not do prior to this.
Definitely say they wouldn't they hadn't retconned the cold-heartedness of Woody 100% in the first movie.
Right.
But if they were going to have him basically as a purely mean-spirited person the entire time, like Lotso, the way he is at the end of the movie, if it was to go backwards, if you were to play Toy Story 3 backwards and he was this jerk and turned into the good Lotso Huggin' Bear, that's probably what they were going for in the first movie that they didn't finish with.
Yeah, I would say so. But just the way they say cold-hearted, I just think, I think Bo could be that person now.
Supposedly,
she could be pretty cold-hearted.
They're not going to give that to us 100% in the
No,
trailers.
but some of her lines have this, like, edge to them in the trailer. Like this undertone, this evil undertone. I don't know.
Like, you really need to, you can't find all this in a kid's playroom or whatever it was.
And like I said, just the type of people that she's taking up with. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
I'm trying to think. There are definitely stories in which I've seen where we're given a character. I don't know if they're based off books or not, but a character that's a good guy in the first episode or film of this storyline, and then in the next episodes following, like, they wind up being a bad guy, and it's like, that's super shocking. And I mean, that's some Darth Vader stuff.
It
right
would
there,
be.
if you really
I mean, I don't
watch it.
really want Bo to be bad, but
No,
it feels like a direction they could take the movie. Do you
I
think
suppose
Bo,
that's just a twist.
do you think Bo Peep's
sometimes.
gonna be bad in this movie, Hunter?
No.
No? You don't think so? I hope not.
Yeah,
we
me
hope
neither.
not.
Jesse's gonna be bad. No, you know, Zurg is probably the main villain in this movie.
Could be. Could be.
I wonder if we'll have.
What's your favorite part about the new Toy Story trailer, Hunter? What was your favorite part about any of those videos you saw? You were watching a lot of them for several days. He's been very excited for this movie. You don't know what your favorite part was? We
We
You'll
may have to
think
ask you
on
again.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't talk about it right now. Right now we're talking about Toy Story. We'll have to talk about that in a little bit.
I tried to look up Toy Story human characters because I wanted to touch on the fact in Toy Story 2 we get to see at least 2 adults who are human characters, and we get to see their faces. But Andy's mom, we've never. Well, okay, I guess in Toy Story 3 we finally saw her face, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
But before that, she was a faceless
person. Much like
yeah.
Nanny from Muppet Babies.
I wonder why they had done that in the first movie. I guess, okay, so we've seen plenty of adult humans now.
I feel like they wanted to do it a lot in the first movie just because we were focusing so much on the world of the toys and not the human world.
Right.
So
We barely saw Andy then, too. Like, we saw him a little bit, but...
But yep, so that is coming up in June. Super, super exciting.
What other Disney films we got coming up? Oh, I mean, we had that magnificent trailer for Frozen 2.
Yes, talk
I
about that.
I'm stoked about that movie. And I never thought I would. I think that's something I never thought I'd say. You know? Frozen 2 actually looks good. It was Frozen. You know, I saw Frozen before everyone else around my general area. before anyone was talking about it. I loved it. You know, I thought it was amazing. At the time, then, you know, everyone started liking it, and then I never stopped hearing the end of it, and it was like, okay, I think it's time to be done with this. And years later, we got these Frozen Spider-Man Elsa videos on YouTube. I'm like, yeah, I don't ever really want to see that ever again. But then they released this trailer, and you're like, what is going on? This movie looks so crazy.
Which movie?
Frozen 2.
I have not seen the trailer for that.
Oh, man. I never thought I'd be interested, but it actually looks pretty dang cool. It surprised the heck out of me. It's like the Avengers, but with the Frozen characters. Looks super intense. The lighting is totally different. Like, I don't know. We got all these characters just look a lot more mature than they were in the first film. We got this poster in Russian.
Is there a trailer out?
There's a trailer. It's a good trailer, too. We have a couple of characters that appear in the trailer, which people are making theories on. Let's just bring that trailer up.
The official trailer. Graphics are a lot better.
Yeah, the ocean just blows me away. So this trailer shows pretty much absolutely nothing about the premise of the movie. I have no idea what's going on, but I know that when I watched it the first time, I was like, okay, I have no idea what just happened, but that was sick.
She trying to beat up the ocean because of what they did to her parents?
We're thinking there is definitely going to be something to do with the parents, like possibly a flashback or something in this movie, which would be really cool for Disney, considering they don't ever care about the parents. Yeah, and parents just die, and that's it. That's their only purpose, is to die. But my favorite scene is right there. Yeah, right there. Dude, we got
All the spins.
multi-Svens. Svens all over the place. Sven being like one of the best characters in the freaking film. Period, you know? We love Sven. So then they show those kiddos out in like the colorful forest with all the leaves on the ground. And at first glance, we're like, oh, that must be Anna and Kristoff, but they're definitely younger. I got it paused on a still here, and we've got this girl on the left. She's clearly younger than Anna, and then the kid getting blown up into the air, he's clearly younger than Kristoff, and it's like, people are thinking maybe that's like a flashback to the parents, or maybe they're two new characters. There's some really weird theories about how they could go to an island that like de-ages you. I don't know about that one. That one's kind of weird. But I'm interested to know what's going on for sure. You got a nice derpy face from Sven right there. And what's great about this trailer, there's just a general lack of Olaf. It's nice. We don't have to deal with him much in that trailer. Because, Olaf is probably what ruined the movie for me after a while. Because he overstayed his welcome when this movie was just talked about over and over again. It was nice for the first, month. And then I was just done with it. Not saying I don't like Olaf, but he can shut his mouth every once in a while. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah. What the heck? Artemis Fowl?
Yep.
That's a book series. Disney's trying to take that?
Yes.
That would be so strange. Probably be better than the what was the Wrinkle in Time movie, which I never actually wound up seeing, though I did want to see.
We have watched part of it, but we haven't finished it. Hunter watched some of it with us last weekend. We'd like to finish it. It wasn't too bad so far. But, yep. I'm excited for Frozen 2.
They're not even listing that in the top 5, like, of the... I did not search that, actually.
Oh.
What I had searched was future Disney movies.
Right. The part that makes me sad, and I mean, as a Disney... As somebody who grew up during the quote-unquote Disney Renaissance period, I am highly excited to see all of my favorite movies adapted into live action. However, knowing what an innovator Walt was,
Walt
I
Disney,
just
that is, yeah.
don't feel like Walt would be very happy right now because they just have nothing original coming up. And they haven't had anything original since, Moana.
Yeah.
Moana was the last one for Walt Disney Animated Pictures, not Pixar. Obviously, Pixar had Coco.
Which was amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Coco was their last original because then they did sequels too.
Yeah, they did Incredibles 2 after that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Disney's sequel, Wreck-It Ralph, or Ralph Wrecks the Internet.
Yeah.
Which we also saw. And Hunter, did you like that movie?
But I'm freezing.
Okay. Yeah, you liked it.
You liked Ralph Wrecks the Internet? Oh, I'm sorry, Ralph Breaks the Internet. That will
Yes.
forever make me mad.
Me too.
That they called it Ralph Breaks the Internet and not
Just to
Ralph
be-
Wrecks the Internet.
Just to be ironic.
Yeah, just stupid.
Right. The live action thing and Walt's belief, even though we got this movie, which isn't like a live action adaptation like these two,
Mm-hmm.
but our Jungle Cruise, that's like a ride.
Right.
Do they have a backstory?
No,
Really?
not-
They're just going off of a name, and
Yeah.
he'd probably find that interesting.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, why are we straying from animation? I mean, he was the first person to believe that animation could be, could entertain audiences as a full-length movie.
Yeah.
And now I feel like we're kind of, unless it's a sequel, we're moving away from that. Now Pixar does have an upcoming movie called Onward.
Right, which I am excited about. We've got Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any more images of that these days? I probably would have known about it if they did. Onward 2020. Onward 2020.
So that'll be coming up fast if they keep their 2020 date.
And it's got it's like you gotta wonder, what does this happen in the same cinematic universe as freaking Frozen? Because it's got the exact same font.
Yeah, that's true. It's interesting. But yeah, it's supposed to be about two elven brothers who set out on a journey to discover whether there's still magic in the world.
And I think that's something Disney can hit home. Grand Slam, that could be a good movie for them.
I know that Disney wanted to branch out and move away from fairy tales, and that happened in the 2000s where they started going into things like Home on the Range and Treasure Planet. But they call the 90s the Disney Renaissance for a reason. And that's because all of their best stuff came out during that time period. Their bread and butter has always been fairy tales, and I think that they need to stick with adaptations.
Are you kidding me right now?
Mulan?
That's a live action we got. Man, I have not paid attention to
They have
all the
so
live
many live
they've
actions
confirmed.
on
Here's
the
something.
slate.
I like
think
that
they're
idea.
doing all of them, aren't they?
Yeah, they plan to do all of them. And like I said, while I'm excited about it, I do feel like it's a money grab by Disney.
It's hard not to
ultimately.
feel that way about
I
lots
mean,
of their
if
choices
they do them
these
all
days.
justice, then at least they've done that much. But their their more recent acquisitions of things like Star Wars and Marvel, it all points to, them just wanting the easiest way to churn out these movies and make money, which I just don't, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really finish my point for the Artemis Fowl. I don't think Disney would necessarily be happy with books being adapted either. I think the thing that would make him the most happy is just purely original ideas that are animated, and
yeah, maybe
even like it would be nice if we could get another 2D animated movie.
I
Or
agree.
something outside the box, maybe like the Spider-Verse movie that's just unconventional animation because he was an innovator,
I think, that would be. Although, I mean, I will say that a lot of his works have been based on books. So,
oh, yeah, true.
I don't know that he would be totally against that. And there's so many fairy tales they haven't done. So many. And there's so many cultures they haven't explored. We were just talking about earlier how, in light of St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Just having happened. There's only 2 Irish-based movies in the Disney universe. Do you know what they are?
Are we asking me?
Yeah, anybody. You, Jeff, whatever.
Audience.
Luck of the Irish.
Yes.
And there was
Darby
animated one.
O'Gill.
I can't remember what that one.
And the Little People.
Yep, neither one animated.
No.
No.
And
One's a Disney Channel original movie.
a quite good one, I might add.
Very good one, based on basketball, 2001. Starring.
That one kid and
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
he's the only one on the cover.
The guy
and this guy from Psych.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what he's from. I was thinking that it was the guy from Parks and Rec, but
Oh,
those two guys are very similar.
I always meet people that really love Psych, and I try to fill them in on this possibly awesome movie that they've missed.
It's a good one. It's probably on the Disney Now app if any of you parents are curious out there to share with your littles.
A truly terrifying bad guy.
With it having been just St. Patrick's Day, usually they put those Disney original movies up to view. And then the other movie came out in the 1950s called Darby O'Gill and the Little People, featuring Sean Connery, who is obviously very Irish himself.
Connery.
And it's about leprechauns.
What?
I don't know if Little
kidding.
People is the PC term for leprechauns. But
this movie may not be up to 2019 standards.
may not be up to 2019
That's why we need
standards.
Disney
The
to
leprechauns,
to work on that.
they may not be happy with that terminology. So we if you ever find one, we'll need to ask. But actually, Hunter has some great ideas for how to catch a leprechaun, but unfortunately, he's fallen asleep. Thank the good Lord above. What did we decide about The Black Cauldron? By the way, not Disney's most successful movie. Almost took them
My
down.
favorite movie, personally.
But it's based on Welsh mythology, or a Welsh legend, fairy tale of some sort. So, not Irish, but very close.
I mean, look at that dog.
That dog looks a little Irish.
Yeah. This looks like Link from Legend of Zelda.
It does, and he's wearing green. So there's that.
Happy Green Day, everyone.
So if you want to watch a quasi Irish film, check that out. And marvel at the wonder of the movie that almost bankrupted
Marvel.
The Black Cauldron.
Walt
I thought
Disney
you were saying
Animation Studios.
The Black Cauldron.
Are any of the superheroes in Avengers Infinity Endgame going to be Irish? Maybe.
Could be.
I feel like Hawkeye is Irish.
He could be.
Yeah.
He could be. We found out that Will Turner is Irish apparently.
Disney
From
characters.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Probably just because of the name Turner is our best guess, but I did not look into it very deeply.
Definitely does not have that Irish accent.
Irish. Ireland.
Irish from Ireland.
Oh, okay, Google, you're wrong. This is not Irish. You see that? That says Scottish.
Right. Contrary to popular belief, Merida from Brave is not Irish. She is Scottish, as all of you hardcore Disney lovers should know.
And Scottish or Irish people should probably know as well, because if you ask any Irish or Scottish person, it will not make them very happy when you assume them to be the other.
And just to clear the air, Scrooge McDuck, also not Irish.
Scottish as well, yeah.
Very much Scottish.
He makes that really clear.
Yeah,
in, like,
he does.
Quite a few movies.
But sometimes he still pops up on Google when you look up Irish Disney characters.
Yep. Google proving once again it's not as smart as we always expect. And,
yes. But there is an animated Disney Irish character in the new Mary Poppins. When they travel inside the magical bowl painting on the side of the bowl, there is an Irish dog named Finnegan, I believe. So
Finnegan the dog. See, here are the list of Irish characters.
Oh, Seamus. I was
characters.
wrong. I'm sorry. His name is Seamus.
That is him?
Yeah. Probably more
he's
than half of
very
these
Irish.
people are from Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Why are they talking about Red the Pirate?
Oh, no.
She is on the ride, I believe, but she is not
Well,
a character as of
if
yet.
she's, not...
Wouldn't that just be a code name that visitors have given her, or like...
Maybe. She's got red hair, and maybe she speaks in an Irish accent.
That is, Red is the person that they want to be the lead character in the reimagined Pirates of the Caribbean series.
Interesting. So there you
Is what
have
I've
it.
read,
Some
yeah.
Disney Parks trivia.
And that's due to the loss of Johnny Depp for the lead. See, that's right there. It says Will Turner is an Irish character, but I'm doubting it says anything about that in his bio.
Yeah, probably
Though it does
not.
have a lot. Oh my goodness.
There's a lot on there.
If
By the
anyone
way,
feels like reading this, please.
if anybody was curious, our podcast title, The Nerds of
Disdom.
Disdom. Sorry, thanks for that.
No problem.
The Nerds of Disdom. Disdom is a play on Disney fandom
And wisdom.
and wisdom as well.
Well,
So
it'd be nice. We can just say, hello, everybody. We are the Nerds of Disdom. And these are words of wisdom, right?
mm-hmm.
You can tell us in the comments if that's super lame. But
And it is, but we don't really care.
probably won't change the course now, you know?
Yeah. So, and please be sure to tell us any topics you might like us to explore. At this point, we are probably going to be looking at the Disney movies from A to Z, especially in light of all the live action movies that will be coming out.
adaptations,
We
yeah.
want to explore the old movies so that we can compare them to the new movies that will be coming out. Some of them have already come out. Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast. Was there another one that already came out?
Maleficent does not qualify because that's
I don't count that.
yeah.
That's not a remake of Sleeping Beauty. Not really.
no.
That's from a different point of view. I don't think there have. I mean, Mary Poppins was live action, but that was a sequel.
And it was already live action as well, right?
Right, but true. So, yeah, Dumbo's coming out
Right,
very,
yeah.
very soon, by the way. Dumbo, I will have to rewatch Dumbo. Dumbo was never one of my favorites.
It's kind of, you get to that famous trippy acid trip scene, and that's probably where I tune out most of the time because it's just scary.
And of course, the remake by the wonderful Tim Burton. So that movie might be a little different. Of course, the live action Alice in Wonderland, which they did a long time before they started these other live action movies.
So Tim Burton is the one in charge of this.
Was also very good.
He's in charge of the new Dumbo?
Yeah,
Oh,
he is.
well, that would make sense.
Yep.
Because he likes to make things that scare me and give me nightmares.
Yep.
He's very good at making weird things.
So we will follow the movies in the A to Z format and throw in some really great fun facts along the way.
That's right.
And I don't know. There's lots of things that we'd like to get into. Maybe look at some Disney recipes from the Disney cookbook.
Yeah, we have many plans for our show.
Oh, yeah. So
This is just the beginning.
whatever you liked, be sure to let us know so that we can figure out what we should do from here on out. I know Hunter is really excited to do some stuff with Disney. He's a big Disney fan, so
Oh, yeah. Very big.
he is.
That was
And
a
then-
Hunter impersonation.
Asher, who you did not meet,
He's
also
asleep. Yes.
very big Mickey Mouse fan. So
You'll
this
know
whole
it.
family, though,
Yeah.
we're all Disney fans.
Yep.
All right, so I think that does it.
All right. Signing off.
Thanks for
Matthew
listening.
Heber.
And
Should we have
Kim.
code names?
I don't have a good code name yet.
Not Kim Possible.
K-Poff,
Right. Kim Possible.
Imheeb, Kim Possible,
Yeah.
Kim Possible. You know. Oh, also a new live-action remake.
Yes. Don't watch it though. You'll be disappointed.
Have you actually seen it then?
No, but
Okay.
it's scary looking. I watched YouTube. Anyway. Yep.
Always give things a chance.
Always.
Always.
Okay.
All right. We'll
Oil
talk to you
it.
all later.
All right. Good night, everyone. Have a good sleep.
See you later.
Sweet dreams. Bye.